All right. 1, 2, skiddly-diddly-doo.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Bon appetit, baby.
Yes, welcome back to...
Welcome back. It's been a minute.
It has. It's been a good, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Welcome back to G-List Celebrities.
G-List Celebrities.
I'm Onyx on Dicks.
And I am Franco.
Oh, God. Today, Junior.
Franco.
That tea is hot.
Okay, Franco, great house host because I gave my guest a nice hot cup of tea when they arrived last night.
They did.
That nice raspberry zinger.
And I'm singing, baby. I'm singing all the way to the moon.
They're too
It's
good.
been a long time since we've been here.
I was thinking, what has happened since...
I turned 30.
Oh, you did turn 30.
And you know what instantly happened? I turned 30. Next day, my knees hurt. And I'm not talking, I banged my knee.
No.
I'm talking about this, primal, ancient pain deep in my knee.
Coming from that ancient primal body of yours.
It is. This thing is run ragged.
Yeah, look at you. Just
My feet hurt all the time. All the time.
I mean, you do kind of...
I'd be clip-clomping.
Clicking and clacking with those heels click-clacking about.
Just like last night, I was click-clacking at the Boulay Brothers Dragula tour, honey.
Today is a special episode.
Oh, bitch.
It is the official Dragula podcast where we recap the tour. We've missed every other city except for Philadelphia.
But that was not the one, you gotta go to that one.
Yeah,
it
as
was
far
pussy.
as I'm concerned, this was the only one.
Pussy.
Yes.
It really was such a crazy feeling.
Us, how are you feeling after
I
the
felt
performance?
good. I really put a lot of work into that number.
You did.
And I think it went really well. I have my notes, but I think it went really well.
What notes?
I think the timing could have been crisper, and my transitions between things could have been a little crisper. Okay. And my fucking feather fans kept closing, but
really,
yeah, I have to figure out how to tighten them.
These are all things that I, the average viewer, did not notice.
Well, that's because I'm a professional, honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
but it was great. Everyone was chanting my name after. I got a little teary-eyed backstage. I did.
And who, do I ask, started the Onyx chant?
Maybe 200 people, honey.
Who was the first person to yell the name?
Was it you?
It was me, bitch.
Oh, right. Oh.
Of course it was.
Oh, you're too kind.
Because literally, listen, listeners, this shit was crazy. Me and Andrew were in the crowd. The show ends. The Boulay brothers come out. Lovely gentlemen. And they come out. They say, okay, we're going to bring the cast back. So we got fucking Blackberry, Orc. Everybody comes out. And then they're like, and we got to thank another person. The set team, you guys did a great job. They're like, and Andrew, the naked dude. Me and other Andrew, your boyfriend, we're sitting there like cartoon steam coming out of our eyes, like big cartoon vein popping out of our heads. Like, I know they're not about to just leave that girl backstage to rot. So that's when I started screaming, Onyx.
But it was like, because the cast was like, and they did apologize to me. They did, were like, we're so sorry, we and which I do get, they're doing like 30 dates.
Yeah, no disrespect to those.
No. It was a little bit of anticipation, honey.
I know. I loved when you came out, one of the boys was like, sounds like they like you. Yeah. I was like, yeah, bitch, we do. Like, we sure do. But I had a great time.
That's my city, honey. No, it was
sure
so much fun. No, when they were chanting after I finished my number, too.
Yeah, I think Lulu might have started that one.
I got a little teary-eyed. I was like, this is so sweet. Exactly. No, it was amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
I wish but hearing, because I was like chit-chatting with, with my fellow castmates about the tour. And I really wish I could have been on the tour just because I've always wanted a tour like that. But that shit sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
You literally, so they finished the show last night, packed up the bus, and then drove to North Carolina.
Ugh.
And then you have to sleep on the bus. Ooh.
Oh, there's our special guest.
Not in North Carolina. In Georgia, it's Jarvis. But you're sleeping on a bus with 16 other people.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no.
In
thank
like
you
little
on that.
catacomb coffins. You ever seen like a tour bus?
Yeah, the Boulets aren't in that bus.
No, they are.
Oh, they are.
They are.
Oh,
they
my.
get the suite in the back.
There's
though,
a suite in the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, was this Pimp My Ride? Fuck. Fuck. We heard you like coffin beds, so we put 17 coffin beds in your whip.
Well, that's why I call it. It's the Boulay Brothers bus, Triple B.
Okay, the BBB.
BBB.
Of it all.
Mm-hmm. The Boulay Brother bus.
Yeah, I would say the standouts, performance-wise, I do think you unironically blew them out of the water, if I do say so myself. Also, Throb Zombie.
Yeah.
I did not realize got down.
Yeah, they get
the way
they
that
get
they
down.
do. The split. I was like, whoa, okay, we're doing this.
They can do like the tricks where they do a
yeah.
handstand and then like bang their legs on the floor in like a split.
Because they came out first, and so I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I'm at the Boulets drag scary monster show. What spooky tunes do we have next? All I hear is fucking Michael Bublé.
Uh-huh.
Like, how's it go?
And I'm feeling good.
I was like,
Boom,
okay,
boom,
got it.
boom.
It's a little
No,
spooky,
there
but
really was range.
It keeps going. After that, I'm like, okay, Blackberry's coming out. Maybe something, dark and spooky. What was it? Sade starts playing. Sade, Is It a Crime? Is it a crime? I was like, okay,
We
different.
We got range.
But then you came out. I was like, I was like, okay, we're here.
Yeah, I did the spooky
Yeah,
song.
it was good. Everybody did a great job.
I love Blackberry's video that they did before their second number, which is like just kind of a list of Blackberry's interests. One thing about
MCR
Blackberry,
started playing.
a weeb and a K-pop girly.
Me and Andrew started squealing like little girls when we saw New Jeans on the screen.
Yes,
I was like
I remember when we were filming, Blackberry would wear a different Twice shirt, and I realized one day I was
Every
like,
day.
these aren't the same shirts.
Listen, when it's good, it's good.
When
I
it's
wish
right,
I
it's
wish
right.
I had several different Twice shirts. Okay, and I wouldn't wear the same one twice.
Okay. No, it was so much fun. It was great.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun.
Andrew almost hugged Dragula.
Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious.
That was so funny.
Are we allowed to tell the
We want to tell the
perilous
we
story?
Can't tell the whole thing.
Okay.
Because technically, I don't think you were supposed to be there.
Listen, it's not like I snuck and weaseled my way there. Like Andrew's like, oh, I have a pass. We could just go say hi to Onyx really quick. I was like, okay, whatever. The show's done. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew
I saw
thought,
things.
Andrew thought that Dragula was me. So Andrew was literally inches away from giving them a full-on hug from
the
behind.
back. From the back.
Literally, like, I almost, because I saw what was about to happen, I was like, Andrew, no.
And I was like, it's time to go.
And because also, like Drac does not like hugs either. Drac's not like a hugger. Yeah,
as
they
soon
said
as
on
I
their
got, because I'm
podcast.
usually like not the type to be like, even at drag shows, if there's like a backstage, I'm like, usually I'm just like, I'm good in the audience. Like I'll find you after, like whatever. Like as soon as I went in there and I saw, the Boulets who I did not think would be there, I was immediately uncomfortable. I was like, okay, I don't want to be in here. I was like, we gotta get out. We gotta get out.
They do have like such a presence. They were very nice. So they were like, "Thank you for coming. It's good to see you." I was like, "Thanks."
Yeah, they're like, "Who's this little
Like,
little creature you have right there next to you?"
That's my podcast host. That's my little rat.
So that's the podcast host.
But I'm not glad you got to meet like Neo and Orc.
Yeah, I did
and
not.
Blackberry.
I actually did not meet
Rob.
any of them. I met Throb, who was very nice.
Wait, you didn't meet any of them?
No, I didn't really get
Did
to
you meet
chat.
them outside?
No, they were like smoke. I don't like want to bother them because they were like talking to fans and stuff. I don't want to be like, I don't know, what do you even say? Hey, I don't know. I thought it would just be weird.
Like, hey, Neo, you look absolutely cunt.
The things that were saying in my head when I was looking at Orc, I was like,
oh, I don't want to hear.
I don't think I can
were-
say on this podcast
you
the
were
thoughts
thinking in
that
your
left
head.
my mind. They are so fine. It is not even funny. I was like standing watching them like smoke a cigarette. I was just like, some people just
Yeah, no. Orc got it all, baby.
Yeah,
and I love that they're they're just a fucking
monster.
Like, truly something scary.
It was very scary. But I loved it because they came out in the scariest thing you could ever, imagine. They started doing like some Spanish opera song. I was like, this I could watch an hour set of. I could do this. Like, this is high art. Mm-hmm. Like,
and Neo served too. She was just so pussy.
Yeah, everybody served. There wasn't any outfits that I was like questioning.
Every time I see Neo in person, I'm like, you look just like your fucking pictures, you stupid bitch. You look so fucking good.
Yeah. Gorgeous gal. Gorgeous gal.
But it was very fun. We had a great time.
I'm glad you had fun. You did an excellent job.
It was good. Now I need something else to hyper focus on for the next month or two. Mm-hmm. I need a project.
Yeah.
I'm very project oriented.
Your job is also very project oriented.
Oh, so. I love a project. But we were going to talk about, so we went out last night, and every time Franco and I go out, we do like to drink a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to pause. What is on your face?
What is on my face?
As you were saying.
Okay, we're back. I thought it was a bug.
Did you pause it?
I did pause it. I did pause
We've never had to pause.
Well, I thought there was a bug on my face. I thought there was a bug on my face. I was like, that is a code red,
I think
honey.
it was Pokeball residue, but go ahead.
I was fucking that Pokeball up. That shit was good.
Yeah, I watched you do it.
So we go out and oftentimes drink alcohol.
Yeah.
And every day, the next day, I'm like, this shit is poison.
Literally. It's
killing us.
We have like an amnesic, is that a word? Today it is.
Sure.
An amnesic relationship to calling each other on the phone after drinking and saying the exact words. One of us will either say it. You'll say, you know what I realize? It's always starts, you know what I realize? It's always, you know what I realize? Alcohol is poison because it is.
It is poison. It's so bad
time
for you.
I wake up after drinking, I literally am like, why?
And it's like everything about you feels worse.
Everything. And even it's like, okay, yeah, the hangover sucks. And like as you get older, sure, whatever, it sucks more. But like even like while you're drinking, it's like, okay, maybe this is quote unquote fun at the time, like depending on what you're doing. But like for me personally, alcohol, I realize it really just brings out all of the worst habits of mine and maximizes them. Mm-hmm. Like, I need to eat everything in sight. So not only do I wake up with a hangover, I wake up with not acid reflux friendly food in my stomach.
Well, alcohol gives you acid reflux.
Exactly. So I ate a fucking Wawa, fucking 10-inch hoagie, and a big Kit Kat.
That's like I was eating orange chicken, but I was literally putting pieces of the orange chicken in the tortilla chip scoopables.
Unlocked.
And eating that.
Just absolutely figured crunch. It out, yeah. And then on top of that, it's like I'll spend the whole night vaping. Let's say vaping, and I wake up just like
yeah.
And then the next thing is like while I'm drunk, I finally get home. I'm like, you think, okay, it's bedtime. I got home, finished Vanderpump Rules and my sandwich, and I'm laying in bed just. The horny demon that takes over my brain where it's like Grindr is open. It's like, I'm going to find somebody, some sick little creature out there who wants to sleep with me tonight.
Somebody.
Is it a crime? And then I'll scroll aimlessly, just like, I need it now.
I need cock.
And then I need it.
I
need all of it, all of the above. And then literally... These days, a good 90% of the time, it just never happens. I'm like, okay, I give up. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not going to hold you. Last week when we went out, I don't know why we've been out and about.
We've been hitting the sound, honey.
The same thing happened, but it got so bad to the point where I spent money on Grindr because I needed to see more people. That's how bad it was.
Oh, bitch.
So, but I used to have a Grindr.
Did you meet up with someone last night?
No. And I was charged twice because I clicked the weekly one thinking it was 1 week done.
How much is that?
$12 for a week. I used to do
for
the month.
A week?
Yeah, I used to have a monthly one because if you really look at plain blank Grindr, they're like, yeah, here's the regular one. You can take a look at maybe 7 people near you.
Wait,
Maybe.
really? I haven't looked at Grindr.
It's like
in
I don't know.
years.
Like it used to not be that way.
I
but
remember
now,
it used to be like you could scroll and scroll and scroll.
It stops and says Grindr Extra, and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like,
That's
go meet someone outside. I know.
Well, I didn't know it was like that now. Oh,
It's like
that's
kind
tough.
of like I don't know if our listeners have had this issue where it's like you go on there. It turned. You know what it is now? It's turned into one of those mobile app video games where it's like, yeah, you can buy it for free, but if you need the diamonds, you have to buy the diamonds to, and I'm just like not about that. I'm also just like, I'm not horny enough when I'm sober to need Grindr in that way.
That was always me back in the day. It's like I would be like, yeah, let's meet up. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then they'd be like, okay, when do you want to meet up? Oh, I'm just so busy.
Oh, I just can't.
I just can't. I can't do it. The thought of actually meeting up with someone I always would really think about it. And be like, no.
No. Well, I wish I could say that because there was a period of time where I was like, yes. And I have, and always it was during the times when I was going out regularly drinking on Wednesdays, which was a national event titled Martini Wednesday.
Martini Wednesdays.
And
we did a little Martini Wednesday.
We did one
last
yesterday.
Night. Yeah, we did one.
And martinis just get me so sloshed and horny that, I was just like fucking around all around the city for like a good, like all winter. And then it was like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. The whole life, though it is fun.
The whole life,
we've all had our hoe phases.
We have. I like to. You go ahead.
Well, I like, just kind of gets old real fast. And
for some people.
For some people.
There's some people out there who fucking love that shit.
Well, some people love that shit. More power to you.
More power to you guys, bitch. Keep going.
You better.
Do your thing.
Be slurp, safe. Gargle, and gurgle.
And they will.
And have. Like I just know, but a lot of gays, a lot of queer folk out there. I know some that are like, yeah, I just bounce. I do like 4 Grindr hookups a night.
No,
that's
too much.
But there's someone I knew who used to walk home from the neighborhood and just open Grindr to stop at people's houses on the way home.
We probably know a lot of people who do that.
That's actually probably true.
We probably have some listeners
Which is fine. It's just
I'm just impressed. I'm impressed is what it is. I'm not judging you at all. Yeah.
I can't do all that.
I will go to one, then go home. But
then there's times I remember I'd hook up with people and be like, that was terrible, and I hated that.
See, I like to rewrite history about my hoe phase, and I like to say that I got tired of it, and I was like, oh, this isn't fulfilling me the way that it does, the usual kind of spiel. We're going to say that that's canon, but what in reality happened was I found one particular person who I would see regularly, who would go on to, let's say, obliterate my self-esteem, joy, happiness, and want to be alive.
Right.
Yeah. So
that happens too.
Yeah, that happened pretty bad. And I was like, after that, all of my hoes were gone. I was like, even if I wanted to go back into the whole life, I didn't even want to go find new ones.
That's true.
That's the thing. I was like, you know what? I'm sitting here.
That's because, for one person's hookup is it means it differently to someone else.
And sometimes they lead you to believe that it's not that.
That's true.
They lead you to believe otherwise.
Yeah, gaslighting leading on, honey.
Yeah.
Because they still want to hook up.
I feel like it wasn't devious enough to qualify it as gaslighting, but it was definitely misleading. I will die on that hill.
There was some deviant play at hand.
There was. Okay, that situation. There was both of our faults. Mostly his fault, because he was clearly misleading me. Also knew that I liked it very much, and like. But then there's my end where I'm living in La La Land, delusion world, where I'm like, no, he like totally likes me. He just, only wants to, have sex.
Well, that was like
and like hang out.
That was a straight guy you hook up with, where that alone is a sentence that like, I'm like, oh no, he'll come around.
He'll
come around.
It started as he'll come around to I'm gonna make this happen.
Yeah,
it was then when it started getting crazy, I would walk around the warehouse like. I remember the first time he goes to me. This is really a miserable story. I don't know how I got
baby,
to this story.
we all been there.
Yeah,
if you're
here's the
listening
thing.
to this podcast, you felt a little heartbreak before.
I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this exact thing. I'm not embarrassed of the situation. It's just like an inherently embarrassing thing to happen.
It was a little embarrassing.
It was like a year ago, and I'm moved on, and
it's like
fine
someone
now.
watching you poop.
Yeah, it was like it's like someone watching you poop and them being like, "Oh no, this is fine. I like that. I like watching this." And then like they turn around, and there's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I got to keep telling them that I like it, so I can keep coming over and use their nice shower.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, the first time that he ghosted me, I was like miserable for like 3 weeks walking around the warehouse. Like, get a grip. As soon as I got a grip, he texted me.
Oh yeah.
And then it just all kind of.
Well, because oh my God, I saw this thing the other day. My mind was blown. Actually, maybe I was really high, but my mind was blown. Okay. It was like imagination. The best thing it can do is creativity, but the worst thing it can do is like anxiety, because that's just imagination.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like, and so because it's just making up these scenarios that obviously like, haven't happened, but you're like, what if this does happen? What if this could happen?
There's a saying. It's the worst thing that could happen probably won't, or something like that, or never actually does, or something.
But sometimes in scenarios,
depends what you're anxious about.
Sometimes the worst thing that could happen does happen,
and boy does it. Yes, boy does it.
I can't talk about certain stuff, but there's certain things I was worried about, and I was absolutely right.
No. There's certain things that you manifested through your worries. Okay, I want you to manifest.
No, there's a lot of stuff that I manifested through my worries, and I remember being like, God, I hope this. There's like a long list of things.
This very specific thing doesn't happen.
10 things don't happen. All of them happen. Every single one. And in the order in which I feared they'd happen most.
Literally an oracle before me. So funny. Yeah, but sometimes, see, my anxieties, a lot of them are like internal hypochondria-based stuff, and those never happen because they're always chalked up to anxiety by medical professionals, and also acid reflux, apparently. When I thought I was having a heart attack. Did we cover that on the podcast?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Okay, so I've had acid reflux for 2 weeks.
You're so brave.
I know. I'm here as an advocate for us acid reflectors. Little acid reflectors.
Little acid reflector.
Yes, our community is under attack.
But like,
by
especially
acidity.
Anxiety with relationships, because most of my anxieties is external things I can't control. I get the most anxious, the most worked up over stuff that I can't, there's nothing I can do to stop something from happening.
Yeah, those are the worst ones, aren't they?
Those are the worst ones.
Those are the worst ones, but they're also the most lesson loaded ones, aren't they?
Well, it's like the fact that I'm like, there's nothing I can do. And you just have to like, accept that.
Yeah.
Which is a hard thing.
Isn't that a big one? I feel like a lot of people, when they talk about like the big like how to live a happy life,
it's accepting your reality. Accepting is really hard.
Oh my God, speaking of that, just to bring it, we're gonna loop this all together.
Oh.
So as we're talking about, I woke up very hungover, and one of the many cures to my hangovers is scrolling through Instagram Reels for 2 hours in my bed.
Right.
Which takes you on a fucking journey, because you start off with a monkey drinking Gatorade to Arabic dubstep to someone cooking kids. Oh my goodness.
No, Lord.
I mean, honestly, my algorithm, who fucking knows the type of shit it'll show me. And eventually we looped all the way. It was like a Maya Angelou interview. And I was like, okay, what are we working with? To me, I was brought to tears.
Oh,
I was brought to tears.
bitch.
What did she said something? Because I was still kind of drunk because I woke up really early. Like, for some reason, I woke up at like 6:45.
Well, it fucks with your sleep.
I've been awake since 6:45 in the morning.
Wait, you stayed up?
I stayed up. No, when I texted you, when are you coming? That's because I wanted to take a nap, because you usually come a little later. But then you showed up 30 minutes later, so it's okay. But anyway, she was like talking about how like she like has accepted life and death and something. She's like, death is the only promise that I know isn't going to be taken from me. I was like,
shit,
whoa,
bitch.
I was like, that. She said it in a much more beautiful, my Angelou-esque way.
Yeah.
She really, every time I listen to her talk, I'm like, some people just aren't human. They're just put on this earth to make like artistic contributions to the world every time they speak or do things.
It's crazy that her mind was able to conjure
like that, because like the lady was, you know,
that is very true, though.
It's very true. It's like she's like, if I know that that's the only thing that I for certain am promised, then like I might as well, you know, give everything I have.
That's like I was talking with, I used to be friends with this fear expert. It was very interesting. They like, really, they were a scientist, but it was all based around fear.
That's interesting.
And if you can accept death, you can get over most things in life.
Yeah.
Because most fear is based around the fear of dying.
Yeah.
So if you can get over that, you can conquer a lot of shit.
A lot of the stuff that isn't like on surface value based in fear, a lot of it's like, oh, what if I lose like this person or that? Like the idea is I can't live without that.
Yeah.
I can't live without this.
Fear
and
like, shame are the biggest.
Shame is a huge one.
Yeah. Because like, you know, if you're afraid of heights, you're afraid you might fall, you might die.
Heights is a big one for me. Yeah.
You better get over it, bitch.
I'm not getting on a roller coaster. I don't care how shameful it is.
I'm not really afraid of a lot. I'm afraid of more. It's like big concept things that I can't do anything about.
So, you know, I'm afraid of like swimming with like a shark or something.
But like
regular things. And my insane hypochondria. I'm afraid of developing a disease that will make my heart stop in my sleep.
See, I'm like, but what a way to die. That sounds fine.
I know. Because then you get into the thing, I was like, well, I haven't done anything yet.
Well, you have done stuff.
What have I done?
You graduated college.
And then died.
Well, you have had a good time.
If that's what we're going to call it.
Well, it doesn't mean me and my friend Rima used to always say, I'm like, honey, if you can tell me one thing I've done, I've had a good time.
Fine. You know what?
We've had a good time. We've had a good time.
We had a good time last night.
We had a good time last night.
Okay, so yeah.
You've done that. But and also you can't even put like in one lifetime, you can only get certain things done.
That's why I like to foolishly think that there is reincarnation, even if that's not foolish.
That is one that I kind of can see the most.
Yeah.
But I do like, you know how like, I think it's Hinduism or Buddhism, I forget which one. But
one of the good ones.
You die and you come back as a higher life form if you were good in your previous life, and if you weren't, you come back as a lower life form.
Oh, who decides the rank?
Well, whatever's
let me go
putting
grab
you back in the system,
Buddhist
I guess.
Scripture I have in the. But no, that's vibes.
Which is like, you know, because then that leads you to be a good person. Because like, well, I don't really want to be an earthworm.
I mean, listen.
But then sometimes I look at like...
You could be a free earthworm.
I'm a free earthworm.
Yeah.
But sometimes you look at things like, you know, we're talking about the geckos.
My little babies.
Like...
Look at Joanne winking
at us.
Are
they happy?
Bitch, for all the shit I do for them, they better be happy. They could be out there getting attacked by a vulture in the desert. They're sitting here in fucking...
But like, is a
nice
bird
apartment
happy? Are cats?
The thing is, I don't know much about like animal psychology and joy.
I don't think anyone knows anything about animal psychology.
I think they do. I think there's a whole wing of science dedicated to that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because
I know
dogs,
I would like to
dogs experience joy and happiness.
I'd like to be an aquatic animal. That's pussy.
For sure. But I want to be like really far down there.
Yeah.
To know the secrets. The secrets of the world. Yeah.
I want to know the tea.
Because they probably, like those like glowy shrimp down there, they know all the tea. They're like, girl, Atlantis is down the street.
Bitch.
It's on 37th and Atlanta over there.
I got a rent control department there, honey.
Exactly. Okay. My God.
Like, I want to know some of that shit.
Yeah.
But like, I would like to have no thoughts.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I think it goes back to...
Honey, you're pretty close.
Oh, good. Like, imagination is a gift and a curse.
It is, isn't it? But some people have no imagination.
A lot of people have no imagination. And I'll name a few. Here we go.
Boom, bop, beat.
But like...
But, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, it's, you know, great to be creative, and it can be very fulfilling.
Sometimes No, go ahead.
But also I can destroy myself with a single thought.
Yeah, because I can be very creative in the ways that I think my life is terrible.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. But one thing I've started to realize is just like it's like so you get to a point where you kind of have to like shed yourself of the like teenage cynicism
of
like being a depressed teenager into adulthood, where it's like you kind of do have to like have some like cognitive dissonance to be happy.
You have to make a choice to do it.
It's like we know that everything kind of sucks, but it's like, are you really just gonna be fucking miserable about everything at
and not
all
help
times?
yourself,
like
help yourself to make this a little fucking better,
or anything. Like just, it's like the core things of happiness. They're so cliche, but it's like all so true. It's like, okay, there's acceptance. You accept the things you can't change. You accept, this
your
is whatever the fuck. And then there's like, what's a big one for me? Gratitude. Whenever I feel like subhuman and like I could just, I think I'm like, what am I complaining? I was like, what am I bitching about? I got this like nice apartment. I did, school, whatever. I have a great family. I have great friends. Like, sometimes you really do got to be corny with yourself and be like, there are things that could be worse, like.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Yeah. I grappled with that after Dragula a little bit, more than a little bit, because I was just so disappointed in myself. I was like, I should be thankful just to be here and just to have been able to do it, because a lot of people would have loved even the opportunity. So I should be thankful for that, which I am.
Yeah. But it's also kind of, there's other things at play with that situation, because it's not just like a disappointment. It's like a huge blow to like your ego.
Yeah, I did experience a few ego deaths.
Exactly. It's like makes you kind of look inward in a way. Not even inward. You're watching yourself.
Yeah.
Like, watching yourself outwardly. Like,
but it also put like under me where I'm like, well, the worst thing that could have happened
has happened. Yeah, there's probably something freeing in that.
Oh well.
I mean, you've only kind of gone uphill since then. So.
No, and honestly, it's turned out pretty well. I think I turned, what did they say? Oranges into lemons.
Is that what it is? Lemons into lemonade? Is that what you're thinking of?
Oh wait, no, lemons into lemonade.
Oranges into lemons. I turned into a magician. Yeah, I'm Jesus Christ.
I'm Jesus Christ.
I turned oranges into wine.
I turned oranges into.
Yes. What do they say? I turned Jesus into oranges.
Water into wine, honey.
Yes.
So it is. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah. You gotta be thankful for what
nice,
you do
wholesome beginning to the podcast. Now let's get hateful.
Let's get hateful, honey.
So there's this new Billie Eilish album.
Oh Christ. Christ on the fucking cross.
Oh no, I'm just kidding, but I'm not. No, here's
get
the
it
thing.
out.
People love to kind of
say the people.
They misrepresent me in their brains. They misperceive me as this fucking like relentless illogical hater. My hatred comes from a logical standpoint 95% of the time. Okay? If I'm mad about something, there's a logical reason. If I think something is bad, it's because I've thought about it, I've listened to it, I've watched it, and I know why it's bad. Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Who I used to really enjoy. Not really enjoy.
No.
Who I used to like. I liked her first album. I thought it was fun. Did I think it was 4 Grammys worth? No, I did not. But that's not my choice. Or it's not my decision. So I went like I did with the last Billie album. I was like, you know what? She's one of those celebrities. I'm sure she's a very nice girl. She's very talented. It's just she's so annoying to me as a person in the way that she speaks about stuff. I just have to remember she's much younger than me. So, I'm going to try to be less hateful. But I just there's only so much of the like, yeah, man, I just fucking like wanted to just make the art this way.
But that's also, you have to remember, it's an image.
But she wants it to be an image, but it's so clearly her wanting to, it's almost like she's like a pick-me A-list celebrity where it's like I'm a little different, but I'm sure that's just me being a hater because she stole Lana's Grammy.
And you know what?
I understand that she personally did not steal it.
No.
Okay.
Hate the system.
Hate
the game. Don't hate the players.
Please
honey.
interject on that before I go on a tangent.
I didn't listen to that album.
Okay. So.
But I did listen to you. I don't think you'll like it. Maybe you won't. Maybe you will. I like the new Bring Me the Horizon album.
Andrew was telling me about that.
It's very different than, of course, their other stuff.
Like different from their other stuff that I don't like, or their stuff that I do like.
Did you like Lost?
I still don't even know what that is. I stopped at Sempiternal.
Oh, you haven't heard anything else?
I had no time for the Umbrella album. I really didn't.
Huh.
The only one I've ever liked was the one with Baby Metal because it sounded like old Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, you might not like this.
Yeah, I don't think I
But
will.
it's good. Because in my head, though, it's just a different Bring Me the Horizon.
I feel like that's what I got to go into.
Where I'm just like, there's early Bring Me the Horizon and this Bring Me the Horizon.
Magnifique.
Very different, but I like them both. I like them both.
Sure, I accept that. Here's the thing. To bring it back to Billie Eilish.
Okay.
It's been kind of a running meme amongst our friend group that I'm not her biggest fan.
But if you're about to justify
listen, it's
after
like
that little tangent,
that's what I mean. The
just
tangent
went
was
on.
like a half bit. I recognize she's a very talented girl. I understand.
She's an amazing singer.
She's a great singer. I understand why people like her. I do get it. It's just like, is it this good?
We're also not her demographic at all.
But there's people our age in our group who love her.
Who loves her?
Besides
Iris.
Iris loves her. She's in our demographic. Our friend Laura loves her.
Oh, that's right.
Like a lot of people love her, and I do get it. But I'm just like, something just doesn't mesh with me. And I tried to listen to the new album. There was one song on there I liked.
That's okay.
And I'm not saying it's not okay. I'm just saying, listen, this is a podcast. We talk about the latest thing.
We talk about.
We're talking about the newest Billie Eilish album, which was below average. It just sounded like more of the same. The song on there, Chihiro, is an excellent song.
I really like the Barbie movie song a lot.
I do like that song.
That song's beautiful.
I do like that because she does have songs I really like.
I like a slow Billie.
Yeah, I hate the lunch song.
You
know what they're trying to do with that? They're trying to make it the new espresso, so it comes on after every time you listen to something on Spotify.
God. Spotify needs to stop.
Yeah, I'm like,
Spotify is literally holding me by the balls and shoving certain songs down my fucking throat.
It's like, babe, I heard it.
Yeah,
I've heard it.
And there's certain songs that I'm like, I didn't like, and then I've heard it so much now I like it.
Yeah,
which is their goal.
And it's not going to work.
And you're winning.
Yeah, they're not. It's not going to work with me for lunch.
I find Billie, like when I listen to it, I'm like, it's not bad. I'm not. I don't need to hear it again.
It's just there.
It's just there.
But I just like can't.
But then there's certain artists that grow on me.
That is true. Yeah.
Like, I love that Chapel Roan song so much.
I know.
And now I like some of her other songs.
That's okay. I know you're afraid to admit it in front of me because I'm this violent hater of artists, apparently. I think it's totally fine.
You feel very deeply.
I feel passionately and I speak passionately, and people mistake that for genuine hatred.
There's certain stuff like
I'm not a hateful person.
Like, you definitely like Lana more than I do.
That's fair.
But I do like her. But then there's some of it that I'm like, oh, this just ain't for me, honey.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. Like, I tried to listen to that Chapel Roan album, the one before the song that I like. And I was like, no offense to those who love this, but this is fucking horrible.
It
is, no. The first song, Feminop, I'm being so serious. People are probably going to get upset with me, the however many people who listen to this podcast, if this ever comes back. If we ever have to interview her, this is going to come wrapped around.
Chapel,
that is
turn
one
it
of
off.
the worst songs that I have ever heard in my life.
I don't think I've heard that one.
And I am so serious. The rest were just fine.
I only like the singles.
Yeah.
But I've only heard the singles. I'll listen to that song, though.
That's fine. Listen, a lot of people do.
Well, that's kind of how I feel like with Rina Sawayama. When she hits, it's a fucking hit. Yeah. But when it's a miss, honey.
Yeah.
Like, she had some songs off that last album that I was like, girl, I don't know, what is this? What happened to her?
What happened to you? You know what happened? The gays, she's trying to appease to the fan base that she thinks will make her successful. But the thing is sometimes as soon as the gays recognize that, they turn on you.
Yeah,
They're like, we're not
because you
stupid.
can't write songs like that. I remember the Chosen Family song. I was like, what is this?
You didn't like the Elton John remix of that song?
I don't know what was happening that day.
That album took a second for me. Like, that was a hot take of mine at the time. Sawayama, the album. Like, when I first heard it, Chromatica just came out. And
Yeah, we were in a, what a time.
And my paws were very high up at the time. And I kept seeing people be like, this shit's on Chromatica. I'm like, nothing does. Shut up. Blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I finally listened to it.
It's pretty good.
And I was like, this is amazing.
It's pretty good. But her second album,
I literally don't even think I finished it, to be honest.
there's some good ones, some not.
I'm sure.
But like Bad Friend is the best song of all time.
Catch Me in the Air.
Oh yeah.
The new one?
Oh, that one's good.
I love that one. Yeah. Speaking of songs, it's about that time we did our bit.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to say, if I went a little too hard on your faves today, I'm sorry. Okay. Write in the comments. Do I sound like this? I'm doing. Ever since everyone in my life has told me that I am not nice and that I am actually a curmudgeon, as phrased by Dylan, and by you call me persnickety, and then Sven says you're mean. I'm like, what? Then why do people hang out with me? What the fuck is this? I was really sitting there back reflecting. I was like,
well, you got to think about Dylan and Sven.
Oh, the kindest people on
no,
this
exactly.
planet.
That's what I'm saying is that they're when you talk about curmudgeon, Dylan.
That is true. Maybe that's why we're friends.
Curmudgeon has been curd.
You know, I mean, Sven's nice.
Sven's nice.
His judgment can be a little questionable sometimes.
But this is we love and accept the flaws in all of those around us, right?
Yeah, and all of my flaws include being some sort of emotional terrorist. But whatever. Yep. I still stand firm on the fact that I'm a very nice and polite person. I just talk very passionately about things.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
I wish you the best of luck, Billie Eilish. I love you know that Michael Jackson interview where
I love Torin.
I love Billie Eilish. Oh, I love her.
I love it so much.
I love her so much.
Oh, I hate Torin. I love Torin.
I love Chapel Roan. That's the best song I've ever heard.
I love Chapel Roan.
But no, shout out. I wish them nothing but success and happiness in this life, and they will get that.
Yes.
So what is on your
my top three right now is...
It doesn't even have to be top three because I don't even think they rank it like that.
Oh.
I don't think it's in order.
Oh, so wait, Joy, just look at... Oh,
you can just pick whichever on your
on Spotify. I have been listening to the new Bring Me the Horizon album. Top 10 Statues That Cried Blood.
That's the name of the song?
Yep.
Top 10 Statues That Cried Blood?
Yep. But the T's are all capital. And there's an O, so it's T. Oh, I don't know. Also,
T's are all capital. Crosses?
Utopia.
No, that's slower.
Also, Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay.
And then Death and Romance, Magdalena Bay.
Oh, okay.
It's a great song.
So my on repeat. See, this is why I know it's not in order because I haven't listened to this song in a long time, so I'm not.
Oh, wait. I just looked at my songs. How do you go to the on repeat?
You type on repeat into the search bar.
Oh, I see.
Oh my God, I've been throwing this microphone around.
God. It's Good Luck Babe. Chapel Roan is number one.
Okay. That one might be on mine, too, because I was listening to that a lot.
Also, Knock Yourself Out, Porter Robinson, and then Rush, Troye Sivan.
There you have it.
Bitch, get on a bike and put on Rush.
Okay.
I'm zipping down the street. I'm feeling that rush, honey.
Let's see what are some standouts that I haven't said already. Okay, here we go. You're the Inspiration by Chicago, which, as I've already said, is one of that is one of, if not the greatest love song of all time. That's one of them. I've been listening to "Cater to You" by Beyonce, not by Destiny's Child, a lot, which is also one of the best songs ever. Mm-hmm. Also, alternatively, it's the same. There's a Kalani song that samples that beat. And I've been listening. I'm going to move with it as I talk. That samples that beat, which I've been listening to. And then my last one is a song called "Cheers" on the new Party Next Door album that I really like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got back into
diverse
Party
taste.
Next Door. Yeah, Party Next Door, it's very much stuff I used to listen to when I was like a cool like pothead in a public high school. Like But then I kind of fell off, and then yeah,
Nothing says cool
Nothing
like
says
public
cool,
high school
yeah.
and weed.
Yeah,
honey.
I would sit there and be like, you know, but I was like, this is so experimental. It's just, you know.
Do you remember when listening to dubstep?
Do I?
I used to literally sit there calmly and listen to like Kill the Noise.
Like on the way to school.
Yeah.
What was the one? There was really... Because I used to be a raver.
Destroyed.
I think the most fun I've ever had at a rave when I was a little raver in high school, Datsik concert.
Oh, yeah.
Datsik had that tea. Like,
I was supposed to see Zed's Dead, but too many people OD'd on Molly and they stopped the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Bitch, I was like, I took my Molly before I got here.
That fucking drive to the ER, I was having a ball in there. It's like, oh, these pretty colors. What are the beepings? What does the beeping mean? Like the EMT had the rave gloves in my face. Like, no, I'm just kidding. I've never done Molly. I've never done drugs. Never been to a rave.
I remember my friend once at what show was it? I think we saw Dead Mouse. He was like, yeah, I just fingered these girls over there. I was like, what? He was like, they were rolling and they asked me to finger them, so I did.
Wow. And then their fingers slid off like baby back ribs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, meat off the bone, honey.
Off the damn bone.
Off the damn bone.
Also, I was going to say something related to that. Right. So when I was a little raver, I used to go so often that the place that I would rave at was like, if you can sell 10 tickets, you can get a free one. I was like, okay, fuck it. So I used to sell tickets to like little degenerates in my public school. And one of them went and literally in the crowd had raw dog sex with a young lady there on the floor.
Hello.
And we have her here today. Onyx on Dicks. How did it feel? How did it feel?
That is crazy.
Like a 10th grade boy, mind you, was fucking raw dog. Who knows how old this person was? It could have been a whole...
Oh, my God.
Because, you know, ravers, the range.
Oh, honey.
Because he looked a little older,
they could
too.
Be ancient. Mm-hmm. I find that kind of... I like the idea of that. In my head, I'm like, I'd love to do something like that. How wild, how free. But then I really think about it.
That's like gay sex, though, would be...
Because, you know... excuse me.
Oh, my days.
Because if people are around, you know, you got to put on a little bit of a...
A little bit of a what?
A little bit. You got to put a little bit of a show, you know. You get your cheeks clapped in public. You better...
Oh, okay.
You know, what are you gonna
it worked for this young lady.
You're just going to, like...
He said, damn, that 3-layered tutu was looking good. Like,
yeah.
Fuck, man.
Like, you got to, you know, look back at it a little bit and give a little face, give a little mug.
And then they give you a little dick in the ass, apparently.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I had my back against one of the pillars. And I was like, just bare ass on the pillar at the rave.
That is crazy. Oh, my God.
But shout out to
whatever they're doing now.
You know, kids were having fun, I guess. I wasn't doing all of that. But it was a good time.
Well, speaking of good time, this podcast was...
Where are we at?
We're at almost 50 minutes.
Okay, let's maybe... see if anything we can wrap up really quick.
Yeah. Let's put a little bow on it. Button.
We didn't cover Nicki Minaj getting detained in Amsterdam, which I wanted to, but let's just save that. I didn't even know
that happened.
Not that she is incarcerated or anything, but free Nicki. Yeah, she's
more
one of those people. Yeah, so this is a Barb-centric podcast, and I will never turn on her no matter what she says or does. So take that to the bank and run with it. Thank you for listening to G-List Celebrities.
Thank you so much.
This has been so much fun. I am the nicest, kindest podcast host, Franco, last name. That has been...
And I'm Onyx on Dicks.
Follow us at G-List Celebrities.
Follow us or die. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.